This is the second time that Boruto has jump scared me. I'm starting to see a pattern. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do suit. Have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Be another fun fact. Here we are with my glorious, handsome, extremely like we need to get this guy some sunlight. King Momoshiki on the cover of chapter 26 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, which is known as These Like-Minded. Or those like-minded? Is that those? Or is that these? I think it's those. I think it's those because the circle's close. But with it being the case, here we are. Literally, okay. We're going to get real meta at the start of the Boruto review for a second. So I'm behind on like 3 series. One is a new series, Shikamaru. I read it already. I'm going to do like a fancy kind of review for that one where I kind of just talk about what I think about the first 2 chapters, and then I'll go back to the regular like live reaction review format. I'm sorry. I was on the internet. I got spoiled for everything anyway, all right? You're not going to get a real live reaction out of me. I've existed on the internet too long, so bada bing, I'm going to do that. Behind on 4 nights, so I need to record 2 of those, but I'm sick and tired of just like not giving the patrons and members what they deserve, which is the live reactions, which is what I'm probably going to do with Shikamaru as well. It really depends on like the timing and all that. But essentially, I need to do the 2 live reactions for that as well, and the double review. That will be a double review just because like 7 days a week, I got a 7, and I'm behind 3 chapters on free read. That's crazy because free read drops every 2 weeks. How am I over a month and a half behind on one of my favorites? So like I got a whole bunch of stuff I need to do. Thusly, I opened up Viz to quickly review Medulla. Then I saw Boruto. And like the only reason I'm giving Boruto priority over Medulla, over 4 Nights, and over Freerun is specifically because I was way behind on Boruto last time too. So I was like, fine, you popped up today, I have the time, I got time today, and I'm still gonna record literally everything else today anyway. So like, I'm gonna review Boruto first, I'm gonna see if I can get this out. So let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right into chapter 26, Those Like-Minded. First things first, my glorious, handsome, legendary, juicy, why did I never, is it me? It's probably me. Okay, you know the weird thing, I'm gonna say something, and I need to clarify. I'm not, well, once again, I'm not judging anybody who is, but personally, I'm not really into feet. But I'm now noticing, why is Ikimoto seemingly? Because why are all the antagonists barefoot? Even now, I think about Ishiki. Hold on, I'm literally ready to the Google right now. Hold on. Why are all the antagonists barefoot? Ishiki. Let me look him up. I'm pretty sure he had his toes out. Don't hide from me. Don't hide from me. Yep, that's the official. Yes, he had his toes out. What is it? Hold on. Kashin Koji has feet. Well, no, of course he has feet. He has sandals. I'm trying to think. All the major antagonists. What? Momoshiki's barefoot. He was obviously barefoot when he fused. Who am I thinking of? Delta had heels on. But once again, I'm thinking major antagonists. Because Jura, his dogs are out. I don't know why. Momoshiki got the dogs out. It's so weird. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing a pattern that isn't there. Am I tweaking? I may be tweaking. Cause like, I think, what's his name? The Sharingan guy. He had his feet covered up. But it still is very strange. But then again, that does reflect poorly on me. And I don't blame y'all. This isn't even one of the Jubi or the Treeple who have their toes out. This is Momoshiki, but it came to mind because it stands out so much considering he's wearing so many clothes everywhere else. And then he's just got the dogs out. But enough of that. Let's not waste more time. Let's hop right into chapter 26, Those Like-Minded. Oh. I guess, well, this actually could be continuing right off from last chapter. Let's see. The one thing I will admit about Boruto, and this doesn't help because it's a monthly manga, meaning my thoughts aren't always too consistently on it, but I have no idea of like the passage of time in this manga, which is like normal the more I think about it, but it feels extra specific in this case just because of like how much emphasis time is being given, you know, with the whole idea of prescience and Kashin Koji seeing specific moments of the future. Like, I feel like I have no idea how much time has passed since the start of part 2. Like, has it been a few weeks? Has it been a month? Like, how long has it been since Karma came? Like, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, wow. Wait. I feel like is that too low for Himawari? This is what happens when I review a manga every month. I forget what voice I give the character. Hold on. Oh, wow. This honey's always sold out. Yeah, I was really lucky this time. It's your favorite, right? Wait, it's your favorite, isn't it? Himawari? Yup. You know, shit. Does Boruto know you want his sister to... Does Boruto know? Does Boruto I don't know. But here's the thing. I don't have any younger siblings. Well, no, I have a younger brother, but that's it. So I've never been in that scenario before. But like, at least from everybody I know who does have a younger sister, it is a thing where like, I'm sorry, you want what? Especially considering the reason I bring it up is because Inoji and Boruto were friends, right? Like they at least age mates, right? Like they knew each other, and that's all. It just seems strange to me. Let's say, and to others, it's not just me. It's not just me because, like I said, I can't like directly relate, but it seems strange when I think about it, and it's strange every time I've heard about it from people who actually do have younger sisters, and one of their age mates, especially one of their friends, is like, I want to go for your sister. It just feels weird, especially because like I don't know about y'all. At least for every single older sibling I know, every older brother I know, they like the sister just looks like a female version of them, and I cannot get the face of the older brother. Like I look at them, like I'm thinking of one sibling pair in particular. I'm like, that's just the same person. You just have long hair. So, now I'm thinking of two where that's literally the case. Like they have the same build and everything. It's just I never got it. But hey, some people don't want to date their homies. It's your favorite, isn't it, Himawari? You made my day. Thanks, Inojin. Aw, that's so sweet. I mean, that's nice. That's not, like, he may not be going for that. Maybe. But let's see. And then he leaves. All right. Where is Kawaki right now? Let's see. Hey! Oh. Why Inojin specific? Huh? Okay. So he waves to Himawari. And he sees... this is Kashin Koji's frog, right? Let's see. Hold on. Did I do a mean voice for the frog? Did I actually just voice him like a voice of Kashin Koji? I think it sounds like Kashin Koji. Now, how often do I get to do mean voices in Boruto? We'll be right. Yamanaka Inojin, I have several questions for you. Huh? Or rather, things I'd like to confirm. It's just a formality, as I already know the answers. Then why are you asking? Okay, let's see. Huh? What's with this toad? Now think about it. That is true. I'm about to say, how do you not know? But I'll admit, outside of like, in fact, dude, has anyone outside of like Ada even interacted with the toad? Now I think about it, I don't think people know. Kashin Koji was a very fleeting character in part 1 anyway, and obviously it's been 2 years. And I don't think many people actually know Kashin Koji, and obviously Jura has been gone for so long. So like frogs and their prominence have probably dropped off massively as like sage creatures or even things that are tied to extremely powerful shinobi. And I think about summoning in general just doesn't really have much of a feature in Boruto. It'll start to fade at the end part 2. But let's see. What's with this toad? Oh, so, so like, good. I'm about to say, was I being weird? No. But you know what? Once again, this doesn't feel. I'll give Ikimoto this. Because I've seen a couple complaints about Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Well, not just Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, but Boruto's pacing in general. A lot of people think the manga is actually pretty slow paced and they'll randomly jump up to like 57. And I do kind of agree with that. But at least for part 2, we really, and realistically, even a good chunk of part 1, but part 2, especially Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, is very heavily featuring love. And like all different types of love. A lot of romantic love, admittedly, but many different types of love. Let's see. You have affectionate feelings towards Uzumaki Himawari in the romantic sense, do you not? Which, once again, they're kids. Kids do kids things. But like, I don't know, I just find it weird. Like, yeah, and it goes back to why I found it weird. Like, notably, I'm thinking of the friends, and like, then again, I guess Himawari and Boruto don't actually look too much alike. Especially now that Boruto's older. I don't know, it always just seemed weird to me. Like, if any, and I guess it's because at least the way I view it, if my friend, especially a close friend of mine, has a younger sibling, they're basically my younger sibling too. like if you're like 3 years younger than me, I practically adopted you. You're one of my children now. But if you're like a sibling to a friend, I'm basically your uncle. I'm either your uncle or I'm also just your older brother. That's kind of how I've always viewed it. So I do find it weird that like, really? Couldn't find anybody your age, huh? And like, hold on. How old is Himawari? Uzumaki Himawari. Isn't she like... Yeah. I think it's because I'm an adult, so age gaps are different once you get into like your adulthood, right? Like, I think of people who have like a 10-year age gap, but they met when they were 30 and 40. different, right? And even like a 3-year age gap, very different depending on the time period where it's placed. Let me see. So that's Himawari, and then we'll go Boruto. How old is Boruto? He's 16, right now. Yeah, so like, I mean, 3 years. I don't know. At 16? I'm trying to think of like, no. But then again, you know, there are not that many characters in Boruto, so I guess someone had to like Himawari, and I suppose it would have to be Inojin. Let's see. What? Wait, no, I was about to shut down the Googler because it started to make noise, but I won't. I'll leave you be. Let's see. Be silenced! I just had to shut down one of the things. Let's see. What? Very well. The reaction is sufficient. Next, do you wish to protect her? Okay. So, Inojin down bad for Himawari. Kashin Koji's like, yeah, dog. Like, you ain't subtle, homeboy. Let's see. Do you wish to protect her? Well, duh. Of course. Is this the right voice to give to Inojin? I feel like it is, because who else is getting that voice? Shikamaru. Let's see. Well, duh. Of course. Good. That's all. Kashin Koji's like, you know what? I bet Boruto's bothered about that. Funnily enough, speaking of the older I bet Boruto than Kashin Koji about this. Because, like, why would Kashin Koji? This seems so random. Then again, he probably knows about Kurama being back. Maybe that's why. But even then, like, if he's seen it all. But of course, you know, the future is changing. So there are probably reasons why Kashin Koji's asking. Hey, hold up. What's going on? Who are you? And why is your voice so deep for a frog? Our interests are aligned. If you want to know more, come with me. See, like, this is where like my base instincts would override my innate curiosity. I'm not going with a mysterious frog, especially after I got gored through the chest or stomach, whichever it was. He got gored through something. I remember he got gored by something, through something. Who was it? Who did it? Was it Jura? No, I think it was he. Someone nearly took out Inojin. That's why Himawari had to heal him. Once again, Manga comes out monthly. I don't remember, but still, I'm not going with mysterious talking frogs. I know frogs talking this unit. I'm still not doing it. Let's see. Will Inojin do it? Probably. Oh, and he did it. Oh, but he got fully reversed summoned here. It wasn't a flying Raijin thing. All right. Poof. Yeah, and there it is, Kashin Koji. So I figured I wasn't gonna get too much frog, so I could have done a mean voice for the frog, but I was like, you know, why not? This seems serious. Let's see. Inojin, Kashin Koji. I'll admit, Kashin Koji's got mad aura. He's got aura to spare. Like he could lend out some aura, and I think he'd still be top 3 aura farmers in the verse. He's got more aura than Sasuke. Which, admittedly, you know, Sasuke's a tree right now, so it's not too much. It's not really a fair competition. But even like in part 1, I'd say Kashin Koji had the amount of aura, or as much aura as like certain versions of Sasuke. No, but he's up there. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. No one really knew about Kashin Koji. Who are you? My name is Kashin Koji, and I am fighting to protect this planet from the divine tree's menace. Okay, yeah. Kashin Koji. That Kara remnant? Oh, so he is somewhat known, but I guess they didn't know what he looked like. Let's see. Don't take this as a threat, but this place doesn't have a physical exit. Well, maybe like they're just in like a box room. I'm assuming. I don't think they're in a separate dimension. Are they? I still need to sit down and reread part 1. I always tell myself this during review, but I need to actually sit down. I need a cut so badly. Thank the heavens I'm getting one tomorrow, bro. Oh, that means the next couple of weeks I'm gonna look like this. I need a cut so badly. Let's see. This place doesn't have a physical exit, so you can't leave on your own. Okay, all right. Oh wait. Who this? This is Inojin. This is Kashin Koji. Who this? Right? Is that Big Roto? It has to be Boruto. Oh, so it's even Boruto saying that. Hey, don't take this as a threat, but this place doesn't have a physical exit, so you can't leave on your own. Don't worry though. Once we're finished talking, I'll send you back. Boruto's like, hey, you feel what about you want to do what? Boruto. Supposedly. Oh, hey, we're back with Hidari and Jura. Let's see. What are they talking about? Or not talking about? What? Why is he crying? Oh well, I mean, I guess two of his kids. Is it kids? I guess since Jura is the Ten Tails, it is like grandkids, right? Because Jura is Ten Tails, and Code and Jura together made the trees, and then the tree, or the Frieza copies. I know, whatever they're called. That's the thing about Boruto. Man, I just need to refresh myself on Boruto every time before I go to the. This is what happens with Boruto jump scares me. I don't remember what they're called, but the claw grimes. There we go. The claw grimes. I think the claw grimes, and the claw grimes bite somebody, and then they make the kid, which is the divine tree person, the Shinju tree, the treeple. All right, they make the treeple. So 2 of his grandkids did just get permanently boomed and then like permanently unbirthed. Like presumably they would need to be bitten again, and who knows if that would actually recreate Ryu and Matsuri as they were, right? Like, I mean, presumably it's the same genetic base, but I'm guessing maybe not. Maybe that's why he's crying. Interesting though. It doesn't seem like Hidari even knows what that is. Hey, what's that you got there? Momoshi's like, is this full grown Treeple crying right now? But then again, he's not Treeple. He's just the tree. So I guess I just gotta call him Tree. He's just the tree. Let's see. I'm just thinking how badly I'm about to violate Boruto and Kawaki next time I see them, and how Hidari called me cringe. He called me totally ick. But let's see. How do I remember that? But I don't remember what the Shinju called immediately. Let's see. Oh, never mind. He's not crying over any of that. I gave him the vexed voice. Scientist. This book is a type of novel. Wait. I'm a scientist. Experiments are what I do. Yes. And I've listened to that clip again. I sound nothing like Vexen. I call it the Vexen voice. It is not the Vexen. It's just like whatever that voice is. It is nowhere near what Vexen actually sounds like. Let's see. This book is a type... Gosh, I need to hit the line again. I'm a scientist. Experiments what I do. Yes. This is a type of book known as a novel. It's a fictional tale, but I underestimated it. It seems to have touched my heart without me realizing it. And that's how you know it was a good book. If fiction can reach to your heart, that's how you know it's a good piece of fiction. Let's see. You had a similar experience a little while ago. But that was like, well, in their universe at least, it was nonfiction, right? Oh, that's right. Oh, so is Matsuri crying that caused him to cry then? Okay, interesting. That was Matsuri's emotional reaction to the various feelings she came to harbor from interacting with Konohamaru. Anger, sadness. Oh, but you know, that is interesting. So I think the grandkid analogy is really wrong. Because if he does feel the direct emotion, like he's fused into them. It's kind of weird. I mean, it makes sense though, because like it's just like it's all from the same root, I suppose. So I guess I gotta stop thinking of it like a family tree and just a tree, which is supposed to make sense considering it literally is a tree. But like, I'm guessing Yura's just like the base. He's the trunk of the tree and all the roots, and then like all the branches coming off are still just directly linked to the same tree. So Matsuri, Ryu, Hidari, Momoshi, they're all just branches of the same tree. So whenever they feel something, whenever a branch gets hurt, the tree itself gets hurt. Like, it's just the base of the tree and not another branch? Because no one else had the reaction. It was just Jura. Let's see. Anger, sadness, and a glimpse of love. Yeah, that's the thing. Though I do, like... I wonder, because obviously Boruto 2 Blue Vortex and just Boruto in general, this is a series definitely heavily steeped about love. Like, romantic love, familial love between people, like, platonically. I do wonder what the resolution of it is, though. Like, obviously, presumably, Sumiri and Boruto getting together, or Sarada and Boruto getting together. That's gonna be one form. That's probably gonna be, like, the romantic love. Possibly, Jin and Himawari, that'll be another case of the romantic love. But, like, what is it gonna end up saying fully about, like, platonic love? And, or, like, just love between family? Like, I'm assuming the idea of love between families that Boruto's gonna save Kawaki. So I guess that's, like, the resolution. Which is, well, I guess in a way is very similar to Naruto itself. I don't know. Let's see. Glimpse of love. Hidari's like... Hidari's looking at him like... Let's see. Oh. Really? Really? Momoshi! Momoshi, where'd you even get that? Momoshi! Let's see. I've gained a great deal through Matsuri, including these tears. Yo, he is mad! He is mad! Or not mad. He's like... Is that icky? My child, my boy. Does that make me totally ick? How dare you call me that? I birthed you, indirectly, but I birthed you. Let's see. But you know what? I don't have kids, nowhere near. But I have been insulted by people that I've taken care of before, like my younger baby cousins or anything like that, or even like kids of friends that I've taken care of. And they're like, Uncle Pencil, that was cringe. And I'm like I don't react in the moment, at least not directly. Admittedly, I had the exact same reaction. I look at them and I'm like, okay. But then I have brought it up later. I still remember one time one of my little non-nephews was like, Uncle Pencil, you're a weirdo. And I was like, okay, thank you, child. And I did something for him. And I was like, was that weird too? They're like, yeah. And I was like, my heart, please, Hidari, don't call it Mickey. Hidari, please, for our old hearts. I was like, no, it's intriguing. Oh, okay, so there we go. See, Hidari's a baby too, but at least he knows. But no, it's intriguing. But you know what so I'm assuming Hidari would need more interactions with Sarada, right? Because and I guess it is very interesting. So I'm guessing each of the I'm starting to see I'm starting to see the vision now. The vision I need to cut. Why on earth is up with my hair? But all the Shinju or all the Treeple, I guess they're technically Shinju people, like whatever. All the Treeple, they represent a different type of love, right? So Hidari is the love from a father to a daughter, right? He was eaten by Sasuke, the person he wants to devour. Sarada, fatherly daughter love, right? Then we have Matsuri, who was specifically romantic love. We saw some of the interactions with Konohamaru. We had Ryu, whose love, we never got to see him interact with Gaara, because obviously Gaara was killed away, but he wanted to consume Gaara. Gaara was a love of a son to a father, right? And then Lemushi just seems to be like, alright, enough. Lemushi seems more like lust-based, because, like, look at what he's looking at. Look at that. And, like, I don't think he loves Ada in any way other than that, because they barely interacted. I'm trying to think of, like, the limited interactions that Bug had with Ada. So, like, I guess, like, that's the type of love that he represents. And I'm assuming with the whole idea of, like, Jura just being the base of the tree, he's, like, meant to experience all of those, but probably, in specific himself, represents familial love. Like, just the love of family and connection. To a degree, though, because, once again, he did let Ryu and Matsuri die. Like, permanently die, as far as we know. Unless they can just be directly reborn through another claw grind biting somebody. Or biting those two, in particular. Let's see. And yet, this is nowhere near enough. To understand and control love, we need additional intel. Interesting, though. Very, very interesting. So Yura he doesn't just want to understand it, he wants to control it. But, like, that's the thing about love, man. I don't think you fully can control it. Like, well, that's not true. You can control your reactions to love. I think that's it. You can definitely control your reactions to it. Because, like, I love many different people, but that doesn't mean, like, I'm falling over. And sometimes the people I love get on my nerves. So that extra means I'm not falling over for them. So I think I somewhat understand what Jura means. Because in control, he means he doesn't want to be weak to it. And he does proclaim the biggest weakness that humans have, even if it is a source of great strength, is love.
Speaking of which, this ain't so profound as to be intel, but I think I understand now the specific reason why my instinct.
What if we called it Boruto 2 Freak Vortex and nothing changed? I swear, Mamushi, if I turn this page...
The specific reason why my instinct chose that woman Ada as my target.
Yeah. But you know what? It's maybe I'm reading too deep. Once again, maybe it's like said. But then again, we did end up transitioning to a conversation about love or a romantic love with Inojin and Himawari, and like Koji asked about that. So maybe I am reading too deep into it. Maybe I'm not though. Let's see.
That woman Ada as my target.
I don't know why I'm giving him like a deep, like not southern draw, like a old western kind of style voice. I feel like it fits Mamushi. Let's see. Oh, do tell.
I want to devour her, not just in the sense of simply consuming her, but for control. I want to make her superior genetic information mine.
So technically, I am kind of I wouldn't say this romantic love. That does. Well, I suppose that is a possessive type of love. That still kind of skews weirdly into the let's look at it. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Now that I'm like, now that I'm picking up. Now that I'm low-key picking up what Ikimoto and Kishimoto are putting down, I'm trying to like make things click, make synapses fire. And trust me, despite having a gargantuan forehead, synapses aren't always firing up there. So I'm assuming this falls into like unhealthy, obsessive love. And like love that is based around control, because like that is a thing, right? I've seen it personally. I've heard many cases of it where people love so hard they want to control everything their partner does. And at least in my opinion, that's not love, because or at least, but are we really about to get into the? I mean, Boruto's about love. All right, we're here. We're getting into my philosophy on love. Even though personally, I don't think your boy's ever been in like love. And you know that's neither here nor there. Essentially, my belief on love is that you find someone who makes you feel a certain type of way, that you want to do everything for them, and by proxy, they want to do everything for you. And it's like a healthy Ouroboros, right? Where you are there to consistently support and uplift each other, to keep each other going. That's my ideal version of love. There's never like, it's supposed to be balanced, even though obviously you aren't going to be two of the same people. Like even if you're never going to meet an exact genetic clone of yourself, whether you are into the same like people you are, like whether you like men or women or regardless, or you with another person's not going to be you, essentially. Let's go with that. Another person's not going to be you. But that doesn't mean you can't be equals and lift each other up consistently. I've seen cases where someone loves somebody by just wanting to control another person, and I don't think that's love, or at least not healthy love. That's like obsession. And wrong. Like Momoshi. So, those are my opinions on love, at least generally. I think you should. And then notably, there's a reason why I think it's hard to find, and why I don't blame people for, this gets not bad, running through people looking for love, because ultimately it's hard to tell. So like, it is a difficult thing. Love is complicated. And on the idea, because I remember I forget who I was talking to about this. It was one of my friends. They're like, do you think love can last forever? And I was like, probably, if it's healthy enough. But love isn't like, I think love can last forever. Because, like, I know no matter what, I'm always going to love my parents. And whenever I have kids, I'm always going to love them. So, like, and, like, there are just some family members I have where, like, yeah, unless you do something so atrociously heinous that I have to immediately disown you, I'm going to love you forever. So, like, there is that kind of love. But at least in terms of romantic love, I think it can last forever. But it will never always be at, like, its peak. I don't think there's anything as, like, well, then again, there are some people I know who are just genuinely obsessed with each other. I do think it's adorable, if a little bit sickening to be around for too long. But I don't know. I'm not consistently with those people. So I'm assuming there's some times where the love ebbs and flows. But there's always like a flat line. And there'll be spikes. And sometimes there'll be dips. But that technically is an eternal love of some sort. But all that, let's get back to the chapter. Let's see.
I don't give a squat about love or what all. I just feel that we divine trees ought to thrive more as a species. Well,
I thought he'd already had his hands in his pants. But if you want to talk about this. It blended, so I don't think his hands are in his pants. But like, tell me that doesn't, because the way the dots on the belt line up with the dots on his arm sleeve, it's kind of weird. But that's interesting. But that is once again another type of love, quote unquote, love of oneself and self betterment through consuming and using others. So like, that is another type of love too. So I see what you're doing, Kishimoto. Let's see.
Well,
interesting. Hidari does not agree, but once again, I'm assuming he doesn't agree because his consumption for Sarda is still like that fatherly love, which obviously he wouldn't really want in the same way that Mushi does. Let's see. Thrive. I see. Interesting. Might not be a bad way to learn about love. Yeah, okay, so yeah. Jura truly is meant to represent, if not represent, at least understand all the different types of love through his family. I see it. I see the vision. Let's see. Oh, and we cut away. All right, back to Shikamaru. Oh, okay, there we go. Even more. So we're including Shikamaru in this conversation. Using Inojin instead. I see it. Okay. Because I think it was established a few chapters ago that Ino would not help anymore. She wouldn't use the mind transfer jutsu to connect Shikamaru and certain people anymore, or at least on private conversations, which I understand why she did that, but it's still kind of crazy that she doesn't trust, like, Shikamaru of all people. See, can you hear me? Shikamaru. Kashin Koji. See, both of these guys have very deep registered voices, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to differentiate, but we're going to do it. Let's see.
Can you hear me? Shikamaru. Kashin Koji.
Wait, see, that's so close.
Can you hear me? Shikamaru. Kashin Koji.
See, I feel like Shikamaru's voice shouldn't be deeper than Kashin Koji's. Maybe I'm tweaking that. Let's see. Wait, do I go deeper with Kashin Koji? I feel like that's going too deep though. I'm just gonna try to add rasp to the level of deepness to portray that Shikamaru is, you know, still lighting them things. Let's see.
Kashin Koji. Wait, whose mind transfer jutsu are you using? I have Yamanaka.
Yeah, there we go. So I'll add the rasp. They'll be in basically the same, like, depth, but I'll add rasp to Shikamaru's voice. Let's see.
I have Yamanaka Inojin's cooperation. And relax, this transmission is off the books, of course. There's no chance of the sensory unit hearing us.
Unless Inogen switches up on you, but we'll see. I don't know about that. My mom's really good at her job. Let's see.
I see. But can we talk later? I've already got a lot on my mind, with the elders having summoned me. And it's actually about that very thing. Worst case scenario.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, you may end up losing your position as Hokage. Darn it, I was afraid of that. It would be a problem for me as well if that happened, so I'll give you as much advice as I can. But what will transpire is up to you. Tread carefully.
Okay. But I do wonder, I guess because of letting Boruto escape. I'm guessing that's the main reason, like, the elders are like, dude, especially considering it's pretty obvious that it was Shikamaru who helped Mitsuki help Boruto escape. I bet they're like, Kangaroo, do you think we're stupid? And in certain ways, yes. Let's see.
What a bother. I feel like I should just resign right now.
hey, Shikamaru, we need you in a high position of power. Let's see. Oh. Who is this? Lord Kobu? And we run to the Googler because I do not remember who's Lord Kobu. He probably popped up in part 1. I just forget. Let's see. Lord Kobu. Not Lord Kobe. Wrong anime. Naruto? Let's see. Lord Kobu, Naruto? Yeah, there is. I can't find anybody named Kubo. Or is it, Lord Kobu? I can't find anyone. I see a Kubo, but not a Kobu. Interesting. Alright, let's see.
Pardon me.
Well, it's been a while, Lord Eighth. Or rather, Interim Hokage, Nara Shikamaru. I know that voice sounds way too cool for this guy, but I'm running out. I gotta do something. Let's see.
Lord Kobu, what brings you, Lord Daimo's special chamberlain, here?
Who is that? I've never heard of this before. But I'm assuming Chamberlain. Gosh darn it, and I consider myself someone who knows English kind of well. I've heard the name or the word Chamberlain. Chamberlain definition. Officer who manages the household of a monarch or noble. Oh, did something happen to the Lord of Fire? What happened? Let's see.
What brings you, Lord Daimo's personal chamberlain, here?
Isn't it obvious?
Okay.
Isn't it obvious? That mission in the sand you planned and carried out arbitrarily on your own.
I guess. Yeah, they didn't really clear that. Like, does the Hokage have to clear everything? Everything mission-wise? Well, I guess because it deals with, like, inter-village stuff. So I get why maybe they're like, you shouldn't have done that, dog. That's interesting, though. I do not remember this much politics with the lords of the respective lands in part 1 and or Naruto, but I just haven't reread either of those in a while. Let's see.
And carried out arbitrarily on your own.
Huh? Arbitrarily? Sai's like, not now, bro. Not now, bro. Not now. Let's see.
I am here as an observer. Lord Daimo is questioning your ability to carry out your responsibility of village head.
There we go. That's a better voice for him.
As the very necessity of shinobi villages has been frequently brought up in recent times. Depending on the circumstances, we may be talking about more than just budget cuts.
Okay, so, but in this case, I think the excuse they could use is the success of it, right? Ultimately, Elite Shinobi was lost, and the Sand Village, an ally, was under attack, and also lost their Kage. So the actions of the Leaf were taken expressly due to the limited time period, and were necessary in order to maintain the balance and allyship of the villages to deal with a threat beyond the comprehension of humanity at the moment. Like that's how, if I was Shikamaru, that's how I would play it, but maybe that's why he played it in the timeline that Kashin Koji saw, and maybe that's why Kashin Koji's here to, like, essentially do a play-by-play of, hey, don't do this. Let's see. Let's see. But then again, who would be the new interim Hokage then? I don't actually know. Let's see.
As you already both know,
There we go. I'm getting a better handle on Shikamaru's voice, too.
As you already both know, our village in the Land of Fire are currently under threat from divine tree beings. Unfortunately, they're not the negotiating type. As we move to deal with them, we obtained certain intel. The details and personnel for this recent mission were all based on...
But see, but you can't tell where you got the intel from, right? You can't say it's from Kashin Koji. But I wonder what lie he's going to have to come up with.
We're all based on this intel.
And what sort of...
Oh, no. This is the older gentleman.
And what sort of intel was it? You probably already know this, but do not mention my presence.
Yeah, like that's like you can't say Kashin Koji. So like, who are you lying? Like, what lie are you gonna go with?
My apologies, but I cannot go into detail.
But see, but then you should have said it was detail that I got from the sand. Like you should have had a lie pre-prep. If you were already gonna snitch that you got the intel from Shikamaru, you're smarter than this, dog. If you were already gonna snitch that you got the intel from somewhere that couldn't be revealed, you should have at least come with an excuse. Because right now, the thing that they're on you about is the fact that you aren't telling them everything. And obviously, I get why you can't, but they're not gonna buy that, dog. Let's see.
My apologies, but I cannot go into detail.
What?
It's for the safety of everyone. The veracity is uncertain in the first place.
It's veracity. But see, that makes it even worse. See, Shikamaru, you are Shikamaru. Let me take the shovel out your hands, dog. You're digging yourself into grave after grave after grave after grave. Because first things first, you tell him, yeah, I got intel. That's why we took this mission. Bada bing, bada boom. You don't even play the angle of that. You started well. You know, I'll give him this. You started well. Our village, the Land of Fire, are currently under threat from divine tree being. That's a good start, right? Ultimately, these are enemies beyond our comprehension, insanely powerful, capable of wiping the villages and the lords off the map as is. We need to act as quickly as possible. If you had gone down that route, and especially they're not negotiating type, that's good. You shouldn't have said we obtained certain intel. You should have pivoted into you could have said we got certain intel from the Sand Village about the appearance, and like you could have gone down a rabbit hole that would have never had to mention that you got sketchy intel from somewhere that you can't trust. Because now if I'm the elders or if I'm the Chamberlain, I'm gonna be like, so you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me you got uncertain, sketchy info, and then proceeded to waste village resources and time to go procure whatever from this other mission for what? Like Shikamaru, I fire you based on how you're acting, and I know all the detail. Let's see.
Its veracity is uncertain in the first place. However, on the front lines, we often have no choice but to rely on uncertain factors, and so I decided, in this case, to follow my intuition and lean on this intel that I had.
But see, look at how he's sweating. He even knows he's spitting nonsense. Let's see.
With a resolve to take full responsibility in case it failed.
Lord Eighth. Okay. But like, I'm still firing you. Like, that's the thing. I don't know. Let's see. Wait, I gotta hit an older voice again.
Putting aside the intel's content itself, what we are most concerned about is its source. While it seems unlikely, I would sincerely hope that your source is not that traitor, Boruto.
But like, you saw he was being interrogated, right? Like, or at least like, did you not tell them that you had captured Boruto at least for a little bit and had him interrogated? Like, why would? And notably, in this case, why wouldn't you want this source from Boruto? Like essentially in a war, but this is a matter of like, these are older people who probably, I forget if the elders were ever ninja or not. I do forget. I think actually some of them were, but this is levels of like, you if anything, you would want to take info or information from any source, and then you would gamble appropriately. But let's see.
I hear he's well versed.
Oh, but see, that's the thing. If you know he's well versed, then why would you be mad at the info coming from? If he knows what to do, he knows what to do.
I hear he's well versed in the divine tree's biology for some reason. In fact, there are even rumors that he's...
that's why. Okay. So they believe the rumors. That's it.
In fact, there are several rumors that he's secretly in league with them. That he has a despicable plan to deceive Konoha with fake intel and destroy it from within.
Well, I like how she opens her eye just barely, though. But that explains why they don't want to report. Okay. I was like, I mean, I get it. If they heard those rumors and they believe them. The thing is, though, I wonder where they heard those rumors from. Like, who said that? like. In speaking of sources and intel, where'd you hear those rumors from? Who's your gossip monger? Let's see.
As revenge against the village that drove him out.
Oh, Konohamaru, you gotta speak out. Okay.
If I may, with all due respect, that's Konohamaru. No, Let him speak. Better they direct their ire at him than at you.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's bad to have to use Konohamaru as a scapegoat, but what? He's just the Hokage's advisor. You don't have to listen to your advisor. You can still listen to Konohamaru and back. Like, really, the most important thing, Shikamaru, is actually keeping you in your current line of work. Let's see. Ugh. Boruto saved my life during that last mission, so this may be solely my personal impression, but I don't believe he has any intention of harming Konoha.
Oh, are you actually taking...
I'm sorry. The old man's voice, because notably, when I think about it, a lot of the manga I cover have, like, old women in them.
So I can just say, oh, I give them this older voice, and it just sticks so easily.
But the old man voice, it's just raspy. It's not even raspy, it's out of breath. But it keeps changing because they don't have a specific point to lock it to. Let's see.
Are you actually taking his side, Sarutobi?
I just think we should hear him out.
You idiot! Have you forgotten? He dared to strike down the Hokage. He's an undeniable felon and deserves to be eliminated.
You know what? I will admit, though, I do like that. They love Naruto that much. They're like,
We have to give that man back shots, or it's the last thing I'll do.
let's see.
How dare you say we should listen to a criminal? There's no room for debate on this point.
And once again, from the limited information they have, I understand their point of view. They think Boruto slaughtered Naruto. You know, savior of the world Naruto. You know, child of prophecy. Like, that's the thing. And I'll admit, Ikimoto and Kishimoto are doing a good job of, like, obviously I disagree with the elders because I know Boruto. Like, I know the situation. But in universe, Ikimoto and Kishimoto have done a fantastic job of building it to the point where I understand where they're coming from. I'm like, this doesn't seem to be the move. Let's see.
There is no room for debate on this point.
But is that how you spell counselors? I've never seen counselors. Is that how you spell counselors? It's gotta be like the English spelling. And I know you're like, Pencil, you're speaking English. But like the English is in like Old English. Huh. Oh, I'm thinking of a different type of counselors. Okay. Use counselor with 2 L's is in British English and counselor with 1 L. Okay, so never mind. It is American English versus British English. There we go. Let's see.
But counselors! Enough, Konohamaru. Enough, Konohamaru. The mission itself may have been...
I'm sorry, this guy's voice keeps changing too. Let's see.
The mission itself may appear to have been a success at first glance, but not if there's a mole in the village's inner circle who's communicating with the criminals. That would be a major problem, affecting the security of the Land of Fire, as well as Konoha's prestige.
Well, yes, but at the same time, though, I think you're gonna have to throw like the success versus non-success. You would the village, the Land of Fire would have lost a major ally in the sand if they didn't interfere in the mission when they did. The Kazekage being gone would have been a massive blow to international relations and specifically the least relations internationally if they did not interfere. So someone's gonna have to play that angle.
Yamanaka-sai. Escort Sarutobi Konohamaru. I will question him myself.
Yes, sir. All right, Ty. Let's see.
Identify all who've had contact with Boruto. Spare no one.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
To have managed to escape the custody during his interrogation.
So wait, so you know he wasn't dead. So why are you pretending like you're shocked that he came from Boruto? Let's see.
To have managed to escape custody during his interrogation and flee, Boruto had to have someone on the inside who aided them. I swear to expose them.
Okay. Chamberlain, you just like me with a massive forehead, but you do got a little bit of aura. Let's see. Konohama looks shocked. Inojin, Sai just doesn't care. Shikamaru sweating. Let's see. And Inojin just still holding the connection like, this is getting bad. Let's see. Koji, anything to say? Secretly communicating outside of the Century Unit's purview without following procedure. And smack in the middle of a meeting among Konoha's top brass, no less. When personal use of the mind transfer... Inojin, you're saying too many big words. Let's see. When personal use of the mind transmission is prohibited? Yeah, you're working with... Like, Inojin, in your mind, you're working with criminals right now. Of course I don't care. Let's see. I don't even know how many rules you just broke right now. Is this how you guys always... On your mind, Inojin, they murdered the Hokage! Yes, this is how they operate! Let's see. Boruto's like... Gangaruni. Man, no, I don't want to hear from you. Let's see.
We are being hunted. We have no choice but to be crafty. And don't forget, Inogen, you are now deeply in collusion with us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, Inogen, gang, if you had protest, you should have brought him sooner. Let's see.
Our enemy won't stop at anything.
Oh, okay. Boruto, why are you horrified right now?
So we too must conform to the enemy's methods. We don't have the luxury of operating within the rules. You gotta always be thinking about what you truly need, using your brain.
Boruto's like, listen here, stupid. This is how we gotta get it done, stupid. I was like,
using your brain.
Okay. Having fought Jura too, I know that in order to protect everyone, especially Himawari. Yo, if I was Boruto, I'm Chidori this man right now. But let's see. And then in order to protect everyone, especially Himawari from that monster, I know we can't use Chidori. Purple lightning him. Let's see. I have to have power and resolve. Okay. So at least Inogen, you know ball. Let's see. Yo, I'll admit, Koji's mad handsome too, but he's got so much aura. It's the beard with the hair, man. Let's see.
Boruto, has it been resolved?
He's like, what are you talking about?
In terms of Momoshiki, have you offered?
Oh, okay. Let's see. So well then again, obviously, Koji. Oh, but I wonder if he's seen a future where Boruto gave in to Momoshiki like he promised last chapter. Let's see.
You offered him some deal, did you not? Relax. I'll hold up my end. That's not an answer.
Well, true, but how you gonna get it out of him, huh? How you going? He's already acted beyond your purview, Kashin. Like, he's already changed the timeline, big dog. How are you gonna make him do anything? Let's see.
That's not an answer. I don't care for that attitude of yours.
Then do something about it, huh? Then do something. Let the whole world go, huh? What you gonna do? Kashin, I hate to say it, dog. You have none of the power here, big dog. Let's see. Boruto's gonna be like, my attitude. Who are you talking to? Let's see.
Back at you. You're always holding back the inconvenient bits. How many were supposed to die during the sand mission?
Okay, so Boruto's like, man, if we talking attitude problems, let's see. Could you both stop? Hey, okay, Inogen, let me explain the power skill to you right now. There's Boruto off the screen. There's Kashin Koji right at the top of the screen, and then you're here all the way below the screen. Let's see. Could you both stop?
I merely guided things towards the most likely path for Sarada to awaken her Mangekyo, in order to avoid a future where there's no way out of many more people getting killed. If you have any other childish criticisms to make, let's hear them now.
Oh, okay, so even if Kashin Koji knows, like, I don't like your attitude, but I can't do much about it, he's like, go ahead, keep complaining. Yo, girl's alive. A random fell. The current reader of the manga still doesn't even remember the random in part 1, though she was there. So, like, what was it about? Let's see.
We're wasting time. Can we move on?
Oh, okay, but yeah, that's the thing. Kashin Koji has no power. He's like, very well, whatever. He essentially doesn't like that Boruto's dealing with Momoshiki, but at the same time, gotta do what you gotta do.
Very well. You there, Shikamaru?
Oh, okay, so they at least let him go, and they didn't fire him, at least not yet.
You there, Shikamaru?
At least not yet. Yeah, not yet.
What's the latest? Himawari's been escorted to the interrogation room. I suspect my turn will be coming soon, but I am still free for the time being. All right. Contact us immediately if anything changes.
How? I can keep Inogen open this forever? Let's see.
All right. Contact us immediately if anything changes. The coming battle will go better with you as Hokage. Yeah. What a pain in the butt. In about 1 week from now, the divine tree known as Mamushi will appear in Konoha.
Oh! Why are you waiting so long, though?
His target is Ada. I will now tell you his abilities and how to deal with them.
I guess that he would be the most interesting, unique abilities. Because I don't think Bug ever fought. He wasn't a warrior. They're all like, bring. Oh, you're gonna snitch? Let's see. Shikamaru's ready. Inogen's concerned. Boruto's ready though. So he may have heard already. Let's see. Who is this? The Ada House? It is the Ada House. All right. Let's see. So, when will you profess your love to Boruto? Darn, Ada. Just. But you don't gotta do what you gotta do. Huh? What do you mean when? Who said anything about that? Sorry, don't play it. Okay. Sorry, you're smart. Don't play her. Don't play her. You know she watches. What? Wait a sec. Didn't you end up kind of confessing to Kake? Where did that come from? Who's Kake? Why do I not know these people? Oh, wait, is Kake Sumiri's last name? Hold on. Hold on. Is that Sumeri's last name? Hold on. Yeah, Sumeri Kage. Okay. Sorry, my bad. I was so used to her being referred to as Sumeri. Let's see. What? Wait a sec. Didn't you kind of end up confessing to Kage? Where did that come from? Sarada. My glorious, handsome, legendary Juicy King Daemon is in the room. He will literally violate you if you do not start talking serious. Let's go. Let's be real. Sarada, if you don't stop hugging that pillow. You are literally one of the strongest in the first. If you don't start hugging that pillow. Let's see. Besides, that's the last thing he needs right now. I don't want to risk saying it wrong, and getting things weird between us. Things are already weird between you two. Things are already weird. And as you admit, wait, Sarada, you were sitting on business last chapter. You literally admitted he wouldn't be able to tell unless you told him directly. Boring. Yeah, you know what? Ada! I agree! Boring! What the heck? Let's see. And you, Kake? It depends on the timing. You know, I'll give it. Sumeri's on at least she's on timing. It depends on the timing, I guess. Knowing me, I might just blurt it. You haven't done it yet. But then again, she now has more motivation to do it. But you haven't done it yet. Let's see. Knowing me, I might just blurt it out. No way! How excited! Okay, this is the most girlish Ada scene it seemed in the entire manga. No way! How exciting! I won't be able to look away at all. Oh Lord, that's gonna. You know what? Actually, well, man, I find this a little bit interesting. But though again, I'm mostly, as some people are very happy about last week's episode. I am mostly a Boruto guy. I do not care about Sumeri at all. I really don't. Neither does the fan community. I don't know. I've seen solo love for Sumeri. Let's see. I won't be able to look away at all. I'm sorry, I have no female voices. Y'all got to struggle with me. You've already heard me shuffle through so many voices this chapter. Let's see. And I think Sarada's the same, no matter what she says. Oh, okay, so that's better. Sorry, I didn't give Ada, like, I feel like I gotta give Ada a lower register. I feel like I should give Sarada a lower register. Perhaps you're right. Given her prior glomping offensive. That'd be true. She did immediately tackle him. Offensive? But in the end, what's most important is Boruto's feelings. Plus, as Sarada said, he's got bigger problems for the foreseeable future. True. You know, could help him out. Let's see. Sarada, stop hugging that pillow. By the way, sorry to break the mood, but speaking of love, well, I ask again, you two aren't captivated by me, are you? No, clearly not. Let's not play these games. Once again, hey, let's not play games. You know this. Let's see. Yeah! And once again, I feel like I apologize for almost every single review he hears it. I don't know why I love Daemon. I don't know why. I can't tell you why. I just think he's so cool. When he first dropped, I hated the man. Oh man, I hated him like everybody else did. Well, I love Daemon so much. He's like, what you mean you don't love my sister? Huh? What you mean you don't love my sister? What's this true love nonsense? You better love her, or I'll beat the brakes off you. I got the nunchucks in my pockets. You just can't see you. I love Daemon, bro. I love him. And maybe I love Daemon so much, but then again, he doesn't actually remind me of my little brother. So like, maybe just because he's a little brother and I love my little brother, so maybe that's it. But dog, I love him. Look at him, Aura Farman.
Listen, make sure you're not found out, especially by Daemon.
Especially by Daemon.
If her charm doesn't work on you, it means it's possible for you to kill Ada. You get what I'm saying? If they catch on, your lives might be in danger.
Exactly. Daemon. But you know what? I need Daemon to fight. I genuinely need to. It's been so long. Daemon, I need you to box somebody. I know you body code. No limits. I need you to body somebody else.
If they catch on, your lives may be in danger.
Just say you love her. Just say you love her. Lick her toes right now. Let's see. I mean, it's obvious. How else are you able to talk about liking someone other than me in front of me? It simply isn't possible at all. But you know what? Unironically, even with this being revealed, I bet Ada's gonna be like, hold on, Daemon. Hold, baby brother. Hold. Mainly because like she's too interested, right? Notably, we know, once again, Boruto being all about love. We know Ada very specifically is very interested in like the genuine real love. That's one thing she always looked for. One thing she was interested in with Kawaki. He was immune to her ability, so it's like, oh, I love Kawaki. So seeing two people be genuinely in love and not infatuated by her is probably interesting enough where she's willing to risk her life, right? Like she's like, it doesn't really matter. So, and especially with Daemon being there, she maybe just be like, chill. If they ever try to attack me, stop them. You can. But for right now, she's probably more interested in the idea of there being genuine real love around her than she probably is in her own life, like in livelihood right now. Which may change once Mamushi rolls around. Let's see. Damon's looking like, come on. Come on, tell her. Tell me. Let me know. Let's see. Damon moving? Damon, yo, wait. Sorry, I don't think you're built for this. Sorry, you may accidentally, like, gravity or something. Sorry, I don't know how to do it. Oh, he's lunging. Okay. He's lunging towards Mamushi, isn't he? He's lunging towards Mamushi. All right, I'm assuming that's it. Let's see. But you know what? That goes to show Daemon could have. This is exact, and it's only because I reread Hunter x Hunter like 6 months ago. But this is very specifically reminds me of the scene of. Literally, I just reread Hunter x Hunter. Forgetting the names. I like watch Hunter x Hunter videos all the time. What's wrong with me? It was when Netero and Grandpa Zoldyck, what's his name? Zeno? Is it Zeno? I think it is Zeno. Zeno Zoldyck. It was. It's gonna bother me if I get this wrong because I love Zeno Zoldyck. Hold on. Yeah, Zeno. Okay. It was the scene where very specifically it was Netero and Zeno, and they were talking with Meruem, who's holding like Kamui's body, I believe, and then. He literally just walked right past them, showing that he could, if he wanted to, he could have immediately decapitated Zeno and Netero in that same moment. Same thing here with this moment for Daemon. Sarda, while extremely powerful, Sarda, while being extremely cracked with her abilities, is still no real match for Daemon, because in this moment, by the second she activated her Sharingan, he was already between them. Both their necks snapped, if he really wanted to, but he didn't. He's currently about to go fight Mamushi, I'm guessing, because he leaps right past them. Let's see. Huh? Oh, or not. Or I was exactly wrong. Okay. Never mind. Maybe I was completely incorrect. You just tried something, didn't you, Sarada? With that vaunted Mangekyo Sharingan of yours. Whatever it is, it's useless if you die before you launch it. Okay, so never mind. Okay, a plot twist of a plot twist of a plot twist. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh. A PV chapter. Admittedly, started off in a little bit of a strange spot, but if I started off in a strange spot, I didn't mean to do that. Shouldn't have did that. There we go. But if I started off in a strange spot, I specifically mean this whole interaction with and yo, you tease me with Momoshiki on the cover, and then he gets one mention throughout the entire chapter. But opening up with Inojin and Himawari, kind of weird, but it obviously sets up for the mind transmission jutsu being used in order to facilitate the rest of the chapter, which I actually do really appreciate. I like Inojin's willingness to cooperate based on his love. I do like Boruto still playing into the whole idea of, I don't know who any of you are. Yeah, I'm still definitely an evil criminal, because he didn't even say anything about it. I joked about, like, Boruto being the one to tell Kashin Koji, hey, check on Inojin. He's looking at my sister funny, but that's not actually the case here. He's just generally, he cares about Inojin cares about Himawari. Kashin Koji knows that. He exploits that. And he brings in, just so he and Boruto can communicate with Shikamaru. We have the idea of Mamushi's invasion being set up, well, once again, being set up and more so elaborating on the different types of love and just the different kinds of connections you could feel, and how Jura's very interested in those connections, which I greatly appreciate. Once again, I love Jura as a character. I like the Divine Trees as people, though notably, my favorite Divine Tree, being Jura, isn't even like a treeple. He's just the Shinju. He is the Ten Tails. But regardless, I find him very interesting, and I'm interested to see Mamushi's abilities, considering they need to be told about him. Especially since Mamushi didn't really have abilities from what I remember. At least his base bug didn't. But with it being the case, seeing Shikamaru being pressed, admittedly by this character who I couldn't find when I googled him, Lord Kobu. Never heard of the guy. I gave him some aura with a cool voice, or a couple cool voices. But very interesting. Sai is going to be used to interrogate, which is going to be very interesting. I wonder how he's going to go, just considering he could technically need to interrogate his own son, considering he's had interaction with the Shinju. Shikamaru's role in all this is very interesting. And I'll admit, while I'm not typically a guy who's interested in like world building politics, this is actually kind of unique. I'm interested to see how the elders play with this. And I do hope Shikamaru does play it a bit smarter. I think he was a little, not dumbed down, but he played it a little too straight here. For someone as cunning and deceptive as Shikamaru, I feel like he should have danced around this scenario much better than he actually did. I feel like he gave the game up way too quickly, and that's made the scenario way worse, even if he is still free of that. Then again, you gotta have the plot build. Then building up a sort of like, not necessarily, building a little tension between Boruto and Kashin Koji as a team because of their disagreements on stuff like that. Very interesting, and Boruto's own reluctance to give Kashin Koji information, while Kashin Koji is reluctant to give Boruto information. A very good dynamic to build between two allies. I like that a whole lot. And even this ending section with Ada, well, not even, that sounds so stupid, but not even, but especially this end section with Ada being super intrigued with the idea of love and connection and all that, and seeing this, but obviously that leading into the idea that they could actually be a threat to Ada, making Daemon get active for the first time in like forever and actually have Sarada pop out her Mangekyo. Initially, I thought this was Mamushi showing up, but I guess this is all taking place at the same time, meaning the week has not passed yet when Mamushi would show up, leading to Daemon threatening both of their lives. And obviously we know that Sarada likely wouldn't be able to do anything to Daemon because of his ability, but I also don't think that Sarada or Sumire is going to die here. I don't think there's like any worry about them. I think this next chapter will probably open up or establish that it is aware of the fact that they're not actually affected by her charm, and Daemon is also aware, and thusly he shall now be on edge around them at all times, which will likely lead to reluctant cooperation between the three, or four technically, when Mamushi invades, and then for some reason is immune to Daemon's ability, or is able to work around it, and he will need the help of Sarada and Sumire. So overall, this is a really W chapter, a thicky boy, a lot happened. This is that good top tier quality pace. I like it, a lot happened in this chapter. But if you made all the way to this video, please do me a favor and leave neck for neck. That sounds kind of crazy now I think of it. But leave neck for neck in the comment section down below. Like, the thing is what you're watching. Please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that all the case posts you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also even have a Patreon below. You support me for as little as $1 a month. The exclusive videos, other content, and more. You'll also now become a member of the channel for as little as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Those perks include the live reactions, or the season after review, after reactions of all my videos, and if you become a $20 Patreon or $20 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also the link to my co-founder description below. You drop 5 minutes for a short video, to that being a video, or any means at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Once again, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off.
I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Guillaume, Buddha Ura, Alex Kenny, Enzo, Swift Strike, Autumn Mornings Lazo, Super Flame Zero, Yuki Ally, Azo2404, and G Prosper. And I'd like to give a thank you to our line art tier patrons: Victor Raji, Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, Dread Zoen, and A+A. I'd like to give a big old thank you to our Ink tier members: Austin Wimberly, Euchia, and Shrimpo the Shrimp. And I'd like to give a thank you to our digital art tier members: Jay Warrior and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a final thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Waki Munoz and Waki Munoz.